Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
Bronny James.
Last team standing against them. These two teams in front of us are on that short list.
In the College Bowl is Bronny James.
Stop it. Get some help.
Bronny James is just useless. Useless. Off this miss.
You're not an NBA player. Last year, he was one of the worst players in the entire league. Just to put a bow on that, he was a minus 7.2 in box plus minus, which ranked 679th out of 735 players that logged one single minute in the NBA last year.
Let's talk about Bronny James today, the nepotism project that's somehow still collecting NBA paychecks. The player who's turned to earn your spot into, well, my dad's LeBron. And before the fanboys flood the comments with their tired defenses, stop it. Just stop. We're not doing this dance anymore. Because what we're witnessing right now might genuinely be the worst performance by an NBA player in modern history. And yes, I said what I said. Let's start with the numbers. The cold, hard stats that don't lie.
Was a minus 7.2 in box plus minus, which ranked 679th out of 735 players that logged one single minute in the NBA last year.
679th out of 735. That's not just bad, that's historically catastrophic. He shot 31% from the field last year. 31%. Your drunk uncle at the rec center probably shoots better than that. And this preseason? Oh, it's gotten worse. This year, Bronny is shooting 16% in preseason while being left wide open. That's worse than anyone else on the Lakers. 16% while wide open. Let that marinate. But here's where it gets absolutely wild.
22 minutes and was a minus 24 in the 22 minutes that he played. The Lakers lost over a point per minute that he was on the court.
That's not a basketball player. That's a human turnover machine wrapped in a guaranteed contract. And speaking of turnovers, let's talk about that 5 turnover performance. 5 in limited minutes. Meanwhile, the internet lost its collective mind over a single alley-oop dunk.
You go to Vegas now. Can I miss it? Oh, Bronny James. Wow. That's a heck of an athletic play from Bronny James.
NBA.com called the dunk unreal. SportsCenter posted it with hundreds of thousands of likes. House of Highlights plastered LeBron's reaction everywhere. And the most egregious? Basketball Forever recreated the iconic Dwayne Wade to LeBron alley-oop photo with the caption, "Welcome to the new era."
In the 4 games that he's played, Bronny has made 1 field goal in 4 games. On the season, he's averaging 0.5 points per game.
Half a point. And somehow that's the new era of basketball?
Bronny James has absolutely no idea how to run the pick and roll.
Now, let's systematically destroy the desperate defenses people keep throwing out. Defense number 1. He's just the 55th pick. This is the weirdest defense ever made for any player in any sport. It was started by Gilbert Arenas, so that makes sense. Why does this 55th pick have a nearly $8 million guaranteed contract? Why is he guaranteed a roster spot? Draft selection has never mattered when it comes to criticizing players. Whether you're some big-name bust or an unknown scrub, if you're playing poorly, the fans will talk about it. Here's what should infuriate every Lakers fan. The Lakers waived Quincy Olivari for Bronny James. Quincy Olivari, who's way better player than Bronny James, has got cut so LeBron's son could have his roster spot. And JJ Redick, who, let's be honest, LeBron basically hired, is letting Bronny commit turnover after turnover with zero accountability.
Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
Earned it? Seriously? Earned it?
Bronny was the eighth leading scorer on USC, on his USC team that didn't even qualify for the NCAA tournament. They were under 500, and he was the 8th leading scorer, and now he's logging substantial minutes at the NBA level. It's unbelievable to see.
The 8th leading scorer on a bad college team is now guaranteed NBA minutes. Here's the really scary part for Bronny's future. His career is tied to LeBron. And not only is LeBron on an expiring contract with no team for next year, but sciatica, this injury that LeBron has, is no joke. When LeBron retires, and it's coming soon, what happens to Bronny?
Bronny was drafted. He got a nearly $8 million deal with the first 2 years guaranteed. But this next season is year 3, which means the Lakers can cut this kid free and clear, no questions asked.
The clock is ticking. And right now, with the Lakers' point guard depth decimated by injuries, this should be Bronny's moment to prove he belongs. The Lakers literally don't have healthy point guards, and Bronny still can't crack meaningful minutes.
So Bronny James played a couple of minutes yesterday in a game where he didn't really get much of a look in. I'm going to be honest, he barely saw the floor. He played maybe 5 minutes, and it's one of those things where I'm like, a lot of people are looking at Bronny James and they're wondering why he's not playing more for the Lakers. And I'm sorry, Bronny James absolutely showed why he's not playing more for the Lakers. He's one of the worst offensive players I've seen at the NBA level. If his name wasn't LeBron James Jr., he would not, like, he'd be just gone right by now.
The reality is brutal but undeniable. Bronny James is not an NBA caliber player. Not right now, possibly not ever. He's absolutely useless on the court. There's nothing you can do with Bronny James on the court. There's no creativity, there's nothing crafty about his game. This isn't hating the kid. This is about calling out an organizational failure, a media propaganda campaign, and a father's ego project that's wasting an NBA roster spot while better players sit at home.
Which now makes me believe that the only reason Bronny's on the Lakers is because he's popular. And he's going to bring clicks and attention to the organization. Maybe people are going to buy his jerseys and all of that. And to me, that's not a mark of a serious franchise.
The Lakers are supposed to be competing for championships. Instead, they're running a Make-A-Wish program for LeBron's son. And everyone knows it. Bronny is treated like a Make-A-Wish kid because everyone knows he isn't good enough for the NBA. You're only allowed to praise him, not criticize him. And he's guaranteed his spot no matter what. So yeah, maybe Bronny James isn't literally the worst player in NBA history, but he might be the worst player to ever receive this much guaranteed playing time, this much media coverage, and this much protection from criticism while performing this poorly. At the end of the day, this isn't about Bronny the person. It's about what his story represents. The NBA used to be a league where talent ruled, not last names, where you earned your minutes, not inherited them. And yet, here we are watching the media twist themselves into pretzels, trying to convince fans that 4 points on 2 for 11 shooting is progress. It's not progress, it's privilege. The league's integrity takes a hit every time someone is rewarded for connections instead of performance. Maybe Bronny improves, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he finds that spark, that edge that separates a highlight reel from a real NBA player. But right now, the reality is simple. If his name was anything other than James, he'd be playing overseas, not wearing a Lakers jersey. Nepotism got him here. Results will decide if he stays. Because the NBA isn't supposed to be a father-son charity project. It's the highest level of basketball on earth, where greatness is earned through sweat, not surnames. Every night, players are fighting for contracts, minutes, and careers. And yet Bronny's spot feels untouchable. That's not development, that's protection. The Lakers can keep pretending this is about potential, but fans know the truth. You can't build championships on family favors. At some point, the numbers, the tape, and the effort have to speak louder than the name on the back of the jersey. If you agree, drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.